Shamanism, a spiritual calling that binds worlds together. Hello and welcome to the channel The Wounded Healer. My name is Andreas. Today I'll be talking about the subject on shamanism. I'll be talking about seven questions about shamanism. So, yeah. How I got to practice shamanism was really not a choice of my own. It's a choice that is that I had to take. It's different for different shamans. You can it can be inherited, or as in my case, I got the shaman disease, is what you call it, where you get really sick, and you might wonder why. And it was relieved. It was shown to me in different ways, but I'm not getting into deep onto that, because that is not what I'm supposed to. That is for another video. But in the end, what happened was I saw a vision on the wall where it's not this room, but the wall has kind of wide stripes, and they started kind of wobbling, and I didn't know quite what was going on. But then I saw I saw a fireplace and seven kind of figures around that fireplace, and I knew that that was an initiate rite for me, inviting me to become a shaman. The question was if I accepted the invitation, so to say, to become a shaman, and I said yes, and I'm still working on that process. But so what is shamanism? Shamans means the one who knows. It's a spiritual guide, and she is a healer. They link the visible and the invisible worlds together. All the shamans exist all over the world, mainly in different tribes and so on. But we also see a lot of modern shamans coming to life here. So I'd say it's rising, the number of shamans. In my point of view, I haven't got any numbers on it, but I believe so. So shamanism dates back 20,000 years, actually, to gather hunter times. So what do shamans believes? Number 2. They believe in nature and spirit world. Everything living is connected to each other and to cosmos, and everything we do to another, we do to ourselves, is a beliefs. Therefore, you should treat everything with respect, even Mother Earth, with dignity and respect. Number 3, is shamans medial? Yes, spirit world is always present. It's a spiritual tradition, an ongoing energy work where everything is connected, where everything is considered to be energy and frequencies. Through meditational work or dream work, the shaman travels through past, present, and future, getting messages, is a seer, having animal contact, and channeling from higher guides and sense healing. Number 4. What do shamans do? They are a life coach, a medial guide, a healer, often works with energy medicine, healing in all of what he or she does. Yeah, often with the use of nature, herbs, crystals, animals, drums, rattle, song, dancing, and fire in their work. Number 5. What are the different teachings and how do they differ? There is a bunch of different shamanic teachings with a little bit different ways of working, theoretical and practical. For example, the medicine wheel can differ a bit, the medicine wheel that some shamans use, and which elements are connected to which weather lines, the north or east or west or south, and what the animals represent. There is also different rituals and ceremonies with the phase of the moon, the astrological, and if you use a year wheel, the medicine wheel, and some other stuff. So what is important is to choose what fits you. So how do I work with my shamanistic teachings? Yeah, a shaman is somewhat of a rebel, a spiritual anarchist that walks his own path and picks from different teachings and do some use with their knowledge. So this is very much what I like with the shamanism, is that you take what resonates with you and leave the rest, as we usually say. So yeah, I have been a shaman in different past lives, and I have gathered information from a few of them. So this is not new to me. It's just that when we enter human mode, so to say, then we forget. We what I believe is that we have lived many lives, both here on Earth and maybe on other stars as well. So what we do is it's kind of I usually works as, I sometimes use the term we're on vacation here. So this is how I think about it. So in the between life, in death, as some say death, but I call it afterlife, or even actually more in between life is where we, in the in between lives, in that part is where we plan our next life. So I see it as school, as Earth is a school where we are supposed to learn different things, and we are we are divine creatures. We are part of God or Creator or the universe, source, whatever you would like to say, and therefore, so the school is the Earth is a school, basically. So we plan our journey, our life carefully in the in-between life, or when I say in-between life, that is actually our life. Like, this is a journey, this is a vacation we have here, even though the vacation can be very good and it can be quite unpleasant at times, but that is where we learn also, both in the bad and in the good. So when we experience when we have bad experiences, that is just part of our teaching, and we are supposed to learn from that, of course, and move on. So how I work with I don't do a lot. I do some work today, but mostly I have done so for my own benefit so far, or just to be healed from. I've had complex post-traumatic stress syndrome, so this the shamanistic teachings has helped me a lot with that. So how I work is a lot with the dream work, where I go journeying to the lower world, and I can meet my spirit animals, or I can meet my guides, or I can journey to the upper world, and that is where I can meet with ascended masters, or with Jesus, or whoever, David Bowie, or Nelson Mandela, or yeah. I also sometimes go to my paradise, which is Shangri-La. I enter that cave, and that is my paradise, where I can get inner peace, or so to say. Yeah, going to paradise. I also can do some healing, like a ritual where you lie on the massage table, and I do a healing ritual around your body using the drums, and maybe whatever I feel like is necessary, song, or feathers, or smoking, or maybe I don't need any of that, or it differs whatever I feel is needed there. Yeah, and then of course I have read extensively about the subject, both shamanistic, a lot of shamanistic stuff, and also healing, mostly PTSD, and that is trauma based, and that is a lot where I get my information. I see things from a trauma spectrum, and you can pretty much look at all healing through a trauma spectrum, what we do to each other, and how we should stop inflict trauma on each other. But yeah, so that is one part, and the other part where I work with as well is being present, and that is the teachings of Eckhart Tolle, for example, talks a lot about being present, and then you don't have that trauma thinking quite so then you're just, if you're in the present, you can't really, you're not living in the past and you're not living in the future. So this might seem a bit contradictory, but it depends. In my point of view, like we say, the shaman, like I said, the shamans are rebels and spiritual anarchists. So in my point of view, that is it's not contradictory. It depends on kind of where you are in the development. So I reckon it's a good thing to start with the trauma, and then you can work with being just present. But that's another story for another video. Yeah, so I have done healing on animals, but it's been quite accidental, and it takes a lot for me to get that done, so I can't do that just on a hunch yet. And I do some tarot guiding, and also looking into these past lives is something that I'm working on now. Yeah, so just it's a working process. So number 7, how do you become a shaman? Shamanism is a spiritual call. You get the calling to be a shaman. Yeah, I talked about this earlier, that it can also be something that you inherit. So there are a couple of ways to be a shaman. But yeah, like I said, I got the shaman disease, is what they call it, where you get really, really sick, and and then you get asked to be a shaman. So it's not like you actually have a choice in the matter quite, but yeah. So yeah, you get a kind of awakening in a tough period of your life, and you go through the dark night of the soul. And for me it was just I got really sick like 3 times actually, and I've been sick for pretty much 25 years. So I was a bit stubborn. I didn't quite get the message there, but it's also impossible in this Western lives that we are living to. We are not connected to source at all. We are very much living outside of our bodies, outside of ourselves. So yeah, the spiritual calling goes through crisis, initiation, period of learning, and rebirth. So I was also invited by Source, by God, into the death, into afterlife, in between life. And this is probably where the ultimate of my ego was, the ego death was how to say, processed. And I was also I have been on a course to become a shaman, and have had guidance from a shaman. Yeah. So yeah, that's 7 pointers that I had. So yeah, there is no right or wrong way. Everyone who is working with light work or working with the same source, or no matter if we call ourselves shamans or medium or healer or tarot reader or seer or yeah, whatever, someone who does rituals, ceremonies and work in one way doesn't mean that other ways are better or worse. So you should choose what fits you more than listening to others telling you that you have to do it this way. Yeah, it's very much about being a shaman is about finding your way, your path. So yeah, hope you got a little bit wiser on the subject of shamanism. If that is something that is on your mind or you're thinking about, you just might, that probably doesn't just happen. I reckon, like yeah, you should probably not to make pointers here, but it might be of interest to you to find out more on the subject. So I wish you good luck and all the love from Source. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.